How y'all doing, council? My name's Alex Stein, and I can't really state my address. My wife's boyfriend is he's on our tail. She broke up with him recently, so we're having some issues. So, hey, council, my name's Alex Stein. I'm here to ask for your help. With the rising inflation and record high price of gas, I'm doing absolutely terrible financially right now. If it wasn't for the support of my wife's boyfriend and our income from her OnlyFans account, we would literally be homeless, on the streets, and destitute. I'm here today to ask the council to consider creating a city-funded OnlyFans studio where aspiring models and sex workers could use high-quality city equipment like professional cameras and studio lighting so that they can create the best possible content for their fans. This studio should be subsidized by the city, and it would allow guys and girls right out of high school when they turn 18 to become the most professional sex workers possible. The cost of the city would be very nominal compared to the money that the citizens could earn by selling naked photos of themselves in a professional manner. Instead of using an iPhone in a dark room, we could use a Nikon camera and exotic backgrounds that a normal person could not afford. Thankfully, my wife is able to supplement our income by posing nude and selling her used undergarments on the internet. And this could help countless of other citizens as well. But the reason I'm so worried is that now my wife's boyfriend has started to also struggle financially because he was recently arrested for DWI after a wild night out at our house. Now he's depending on my wife's OnlyFans income as well to help him pay his legal bills. This is a racial systemic problem because Dontarius was arrested for simply driving while black. The methamphetamines and fentanyl found in his car was from a stranger that he helped get gas because they broke down on the side of the road. Frisco is taking advantage of African Americans and making life almost impossible for them. With white supremacist attacks, we need to take a step in helping the black community in Frisco. My wife and I are pushed to our limits financially, and now the burden of a criminal defense attorney for my wife's boyfriend makes life basically impossible. We are being forced to eat ramen noodles for basically every meal. We can't even afford the dollar menu at McDonald's right now because inflation has totally eliminated it. It's gone. There's no dollar menu anymore. I used to slam McDoubles and McChickens like crazy when my wife would go on dates, but now I'm forced to eat ramen noodles at home and organize and mail her used undergarments to the men that are buying it from OnlyFans account. Life should not be so hard that my wife is to sell her body on the internet to strangers, but because of white supremacy, we're put in a situation that we're not able to climb out of right now. I fully support sending $40 billion to the Ukraine because Vlad Zelensky is a global hero that needs to be supported at all costs. America must do whatever it can to defeat Putin. But at the same time, it must be nice if we could also help out the citizens of Frisco that have wives that are making money posing nude on OnlyFans. This issue isn't just an unfair arrest of my wife's boyfriend, Dontarius. It's also very challenging because it's almost impossible to find baby formula for my wife's newborn baby. I'm not the biological father, but I love baby Carlos like he is my own. Unfortunately, due to Donald Trump's racist immigration laws, Carlos's biological father was deported back to Guatemala, and we've not been able to get a hold of him on Facebook. We are considering sending baby Carlos to the border and meeting with a specialist, Dr. Eduardo Bravo, who recommends abortions up to 2 years after birth. But if Dr. Eddie Bravo says no, then at least we can get some baby formula there because there's more baby formula at the border of Guatemala than there is at the Target in Frisco. I've tried multiple times to chest feed the baby, but unfortunately my breast milk has come to be toxic for the newborn because I have hepatitis C. I regret making the decisions that led me to getting infected with hepatitis, but I can't change that at the moment. All I can do is find a way to feed my wife's baby and my stepson. Mr. Mayor, we need local officials like yourself to stand up for marginalized people like myself and my wife's boyfriend and my stepson Carlos. I'm worn thin. I have no options other than to beg. I've tried selling pictures of myself spread eagle style, but I'm not having any demand like my wife is having because I have terrible sores on my genitalia from the hepatitis C ravaging my naughty bits. At this point, tax breaks and $600 stimulus checks will do very little to solve the problems that me and many other Americans are facing. My general practitioner has also recently told me that my sexually transmitted diseases will only become worse as I start taking the because I cannot afford to take the medication he's prescribed for me. I'm flat broke. Sometimes I get so stressed I contemplate joining the Ukrainian Foreign Legion and fighting against Putin because I've lost my desire to live in this once great city of Frisco, Texas. Luckily, I can turn on my TV every night and watch Brian Stelter on CNN. But even that has been challenging because I lost my CNN Plus subscription. I didn't have anything to watch. My wife was working on her OnlyFans content. or taking a nap with their boyfriend. I ask you to please consider being on the cutting edge of city governments and creating an OnlyFans studio for the future of our city and our incredible Frisco ISD high school graduates. And this would be very cheap. I'm telling you, Mayor Cheney, you just get one little studio. We could actually do it right here in the library. We get a little room. We get some cameras, a nice green screen. You get girls right out of high school. They can start posing on OnlyFans. Then we can make money. Because listen, I'm struggling right now, just like the rest of America. So please help us out, Mayor Cheney. I appreciate the support. Thank you guys very much. Oh, and my Instagram is Primetime Stein if you want to follow my wife.
Thank you.